How are you today? I will start, and the staff will follow. And we will begin with a travel announcement. The President of the General Assembly will travel tomorrow evening to pay an official visit to the People's Republic of China. Ms. María Fernanda Espinosa will be received by the Prime Minister, His Excellency Mr. Keqiang, and the Foreign Minister, His Excellency Mr. Wang. The PJ's meeting with Chinese authorities will focus on cooperation with the United Nations implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals and her working agenda on the 7 priorities for the current session. On Tuesday, 18 June, Ms. Espinosa is expected to hold an interactive dialogue with the academic community and meet with representatives of the China Disabled Persons Federation. The PJ's delegation will include a political advisor, a communications specialist, and a personal assistant. All travel costs will be covered by the government of China. The President of the General Assembly will return to New York on 20th June, and more information in the coming days on our website. And the General Assembly met this morning to elect 18 new members to the Economic and Social Council, ECOSOC. At the start of the meeting, Spain was granted a seat following a by-election. One of the 6 main bodies of the United Nations, the ECOSOC, is the organization's central platform for reflection, debate, and innovative thinking on sustainable development. Benin, Botswana, Republic of the Congo, and Gabon contested for the 4 seats allocated for the African states. The Asia-Pacific states had also 4 seats available. Bangladesh, China, Republic of Korea, and Thailand presented themselves as candidates for this group. Latvia, Montenegro, and Russian Federation were candidates for the Eastern European states with 3 seats in total. Latin America and the Caribbean also had 3 seats with Colombia, Nicaragua, and Panama as candidates. And finally, Western European and other states were allocated 4 seats with Australia, Finland, Norway, and Switzerland running as candidates. And as we speak, I think the results are coming in. So stay tuned. And this morning, the PJ started her day by presiding over the plenary election of members of ECOSOC. She later met with the Foreign Minister of Thailand in her office and then held separate bilateral meetings with human rights special rapporteurs. This afternoon, Ms. Espinosa will discuss details of the high-level week with representatives of ECOSOC and the Deputy Secretary General, also the President-elect and other counterparts. The PJ will also meet the permanent representatives of the G4, which includes Brazil, Germany, India, and Japan, before attending reception to mark the anniversary of the independence of the Philippines. And this is all from us today. Do you have any questions? Celia, go ahead. How are you?
Good, Monica. Thank you, got it. Okay. The High Commissioner for Human Rights, Michelle Bachelet, announced she will be accepting an invitation to be from the 29th to the 21st in Caracas. In her communique, she says she will be meeting with the President, Nicolás Maduro, as well as with the President of the National Assembly, Juan Guaidó. But something that has created controversy is the fact that she also will be meeting with the President of the Constituyente Nacional, which is the body that was created parallel to the National Assembly. Is any reaction to her visit as well as to the meetings that she will be holding?
Well, first of all, in regard with the visit, actually, thank you for making us aware. I would actually refer you to her office because, of course, they would have a full agenda. What we can say is that the PGA has been very supportive of attempts and efforts that are being made in the direction of generating a dialogue, a constructive dialogue, and also that will lead to a diplomatic solution to the crisis. And we can, of course, look into more information for you as the visit develops and takes place. You also are aware that the PJ has an excellent working relationship with the High Commissioner, and when she, in February, actually, when she went to the Human Rights Council session, she also met with the High Commissioner. So I think every effort and opportunity to generate a dialogue, a constructive dialogue, and what we have been talking here for a while, initiatives that help to build trust are laudable, and the PJ is very supportive of them. Thank you. Hi, how are you?
Thank you for the question, Monica.
Yes, it is. Is it? I mean, to me, it's always confusing. Here I can hear you, but afterwards in the video, I can't.
Oh, great. Okay.
But go ahead.
In her trip to China, does she plan to bring up any human rights issues with Chinese officials, in particular the Muslim minority group, the Uyghurs in Xinjiang? UN estimates up to around 1 million of them are being detained there. Does she plan to raise this issue with Chinese officials?
Yeah, actually, the list of topics that are being discussed with authorities, so we don't have them as we speak right now. The PJ, however, to every country as she goes, she discusses about the cooperation with the United Nations and everything that, of course, is relevant for this cooperation. In regard with China, as we said before, she's also talking about sustainable development goals and her own agenda, which includes her 7 priorities, and that's this is one of the reasons she is going to the Federation of Disabled Persons in China. So we will be briefing you on the points discussed through readouts, and for now, this is what we have on her agenda. Deepak, go ahead.
Thank you, Monica. On the PG's China visit, as you're aware, there was a meeting of SCO in Bishkek, and where our Prime Minister Narendra Modi met Chinese President. And of course, in the whole meeting, the issue of terrorism was raised. So would PJ also raise the subject of terrorism, because our part of the world is affected by terrorism?
Yeah, the same answer goes to you as well. We will be bringing you a readout from the points that she'll be discussing with authorities. The focus of this visit is actually the cooperation with the United Nations, and then the strengthening of multilateralism, the contribution that China is bringing in this equation, and of course, all relevant themes that will be of interest for these discussions. Yes, and I think you have another question. Go ahead, Deepak.
And thank you, Monica. Deepak Arora from the Tribune Online. No, it was very heartening to see a poster outside the UN building saying, "Fantastic, no more single-use plastic at UN headquarters."
Very good.
Okay, so congratulations to you and to the President on this. Now, as you mentioned in one of your earlier briefings, that on June 1st, the declaration was signed Antigua Barbudas. So is there any development on that? Because last week I was in Toronto, and I met some officials there, and Canada has also shown their interest on banning single-use plastic. So could you have any figures available as to which countries are moving forward in this direction?
Sure.
Thank you so much.
First of all, well spotted. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is a part of our collective efforts led by the PJ in her campaign against single-use plastics, but also against plastic pollution, which is a quite serious matter nowadays. And the PJ is very grateful to the support she has been receiving from member states, from the Secretary General, the entire Secretariat. As you know, we started here in the Secretariat in this very building, phasing out single-use plastics. So if you go to the cafeteria right now, you won't find single-use plastics. So I think all these efforts, the PJ is very, very grateful for all the support that she has been receiving. And of course, you are absolutely right, spot on. On 1st of June, the Antigua and Barbuda Declaration was launched. And now we are in a process where countries are joining in. Of course, our objective, our goal is that as many countries as possible will sign the declaration. We will have an update for you to bring it to here as soon as we have more information information on this. But again, it is a collective effort, not only from member states, from people in this building, but also in the creative community. You will remember that the Play It Out concert, which took place in Antigua and Barbuda on the 1st of June, had a tremendous support from international performers like Ashanti, Adam Grenier, and other groups and individuals which signed up, absolutely free of charge, to really support the PJ's campaign. And thanks to all, especially individuals, we have to stress that, online, also, demonstrating their support, but most importantly, us acting as responsible consumers, the campaign is gaining momentum. So thank you also to all of you who helped us and are still helping in making it a reality for all. Okay, so if you don't have anything else, today's Friday, isn't it? I see you on Monday. Thank you very much, and the staff will follow. Thank you. And you, have a nice weekend. Thanks. De nada. Obrigada.